Hi, friends. It's Joni with Three Feathers Spiritual Wisdom, here with your weekly message from Spirit for the week of September 12th through the 18th of 2022. I am using the Shining Woman Tarot, which is my very first. Here, I'll show you. I'll show you the book, the dog-eared book, the Shining Woman Tarot. That was my very first tarot deck that my brother gave me many, many years ago. And this week you get to pick something from a brand new deck that I got called the Illustrated Bestiary Oracle Cards by Maia. Beautiful illustrations, which are by Kate O'Hara. Beautiful. Okay, so do you want the the beast of card A, B, or C, and the message they have to bring to you? On that note, when I was out earlier with my dog, I lost track of how many butterflies that I saw, but I saw a ton, like 10 or more, maybe a dozen, at different places on our walk, monarch butterflies. So, uh, I think I think that's a good sign of evolution and transformation. So, okay, so let's see what our message is for this week. I want to thank you again for liking, subscribing, sharing. I do personal readings. I always forget to mention that. My information is below if you would like to have a reading. I do astrology readings, I do card readings. Um, I was just at Solstice in the Vale yesterday in Omaha and did some readings for people there. I am next weekend. I am out at Kearney, Nebraska at the Soulfest doing readings, and on October 8th, I will be in Grand Island doing readings at the Holistic Health Summit. So look for me there if you are a fan or a friend, and let's see what we have for this week. The first card out was the Eight of Trees. And look at the house is on fire, the trees are on fire, everything seems to be on fire. It is as if things in our lives and maybe things overall are in destruction, are being deconstructed, are being burnt away, things that we no longer need, things that, we're flying over this destruction. We're not being taken in by the destruction. We're not being destroyed, but things around us that we either no longer need or that need to be dismantled. And I'm thinking in a bigger systematic institutional construct being burnt away and swept away. So, what happens to us? Well, what's interesting is we got the five major arcana card tradition in this deck, and it is our safety. Even though we have destruction around us, we are finding ways to protect ourselves and to be in safety. In other words, we're not being taken in by what's going on. We're more in the observer mode. We're observing the things going on in our society, in our world, coming to an end and being deconstructed. We're not totally unaffected though, because the Nine of Birds came out, and this is about sadness and grief. We are doing some mourning, and I can tell you that I feel this as well as I am seeing the changes happening where I work, seeing the changes happening even in my life. Um, I'm good. I'm happy for the new. I'm happy for the potential, but I still have these moments of mourning, and I wonder if others are too. Mourning, mourning that time that you know, mourning what we have become comfortable with, what we have known as we go into the new, which may be a place of discomfort for a while. We're learning new things. We're experiencing new things. There's the unknown ahead. And so that sometimes um, frightens us or makes us uncomfortable. A lot of cards came out this week. So the next card that actually came out wants to reassure us again that we are able to adapt. This is called the Place of Stones. In the regular tarot, this would be the Page of Coins. Is that we're still safe and secure. We still have we have the ability to adapt to these changes. So we're being reassured that while things change, we are flexible, strong, smart enough to adapt to our surroundings. Okay. And on top of that, we are changing ourselves. We got the Hanged Woman. And this is like the Hanged Man in the regular tarot, but it comes with, we have inner peace. We've come to a place of inner peace in even in the chaos that's happening around us. We're seeing things from a different perspective. She's upside down for a reason. And that reason is to see things from another perspective. And when you do, you get these eureka moments like, aha, I get it. I see it. I understand it. And when you understand, that brings you to a place of inner peace and again, more stability. When you're not anxious inside about what's going on, then you're going to have a better way of handling and adjusting and adapting to the changes and even embracing and welcoming the changes. And there's potential for sure to welcome the changes because the next card out was the Magician. And the Magician, like in the regular tarot, is all about creating your own world and having the resources inside of you to um, take the changes and turn them into an advantage to you and how you want to live and how you want to create your world and your life. So the energy of the, coming to the aha moments, the eureka moments that lead to you creating your life. I mean, that's an awesome, awesome energy. The Magician creates. And not just for yourself either. It can be creating something that helps others as well. So this is an awesome energy. And the last card that came out was the Place of Trees, which would be the Page of Wands in the standard tarot. This is all about you've planted these seeds. They're beginning to grow. You've started. You've made your life. You're going to see the growth of it. And look at these trees. Trees usually last a century or more, unless they're of course destroyed by fire or man in some way. But this is the growth of your world, the manifestation and the reality of your world. And and it's a positive environment. It's what you want to grow. So that's the message for this week. I think this is very positive. It's the continuation of the changes we've been undergoing, the changes we've seen in our world, but our own development, that we're moving towards being who we want to be and living the life we want to live. So, this has given you a little bit of time to choose a card. Have you chosen your oracle card, A, B, or C? If you have chosen A, you got the broad-winged katydid. There it is right there on this tree. And this is all about, at the top it says, discover the pattern. So this is about the patterns in your life. Are you continuing to make the same mistakes, make the same kinds of choices? Is there a pattern in your life that you need to look at? Some patterns and routines are good. Some patterns, like, getting into the same toxic type of relationship over and over with each new partner, is a pattern that sometimes people need to look at. What is going on here? Why do I keep choosing these same people? So, what are the patterns in your life? And what do you need to adjust in a pattern? So that's one message. Some big fly just flew across my sight here. Okay, for those of you who picked B, you got the red fox. Shapeshift is the shapeshift. This is about a shift going on, maybe in your life, or a shift going on around you that you are having to glide into. Either camouflage yourself or shape shift yourself into the new environment. So, how are you shifting in your life? How are you being able to adapt? We used that word earlier, adapting to what's going on. How are you adapting? The other possibility is that there may be someone in your life that is a little bit shifty too. So look look for that. If that doesn't resonate with you, and then it may be something that you yourself need to adapt to and shift in your life. So, and for those of you who picked C, you got the black bear, and you need to sync with these cycles. This is kind of interesting because this is how I felt this morning. I didn't want to get out of bed. It's a cool morning here in Nebraska, which is great. It feels like fall is coming. That's a cycle. The seasons are a cycle. This is about the moon is all around this bear, so this feels more about the lunar cycle. And we just had a full moon a couple of nights ago. And so, how are the cycles of the seasons, of the moon, of life affecting you? Are you flowing with the cycles? So, I mean, I didn't want to get out of bed this morning. I wanted to hibernate. So, that may be how you feel as well. Who knows? As fall and then winter approaches. We're not quite in winter. We're going to still have some warm weather here, but fall is coming. So, you got the black bear. Sync with the cycles. Look at what cycles are affecting you. Look at your patterns. Look at look at how you need to adapt to what's going on in the world and in your life, and you'll be just fine. All right. I'm wishing you many blessings, everyone. Have a great week. And if you need to contact me, there's information below. Take care.